What's good, guys? My name is Arnimane, and welcome to another episode of my top 5, where I list off my top 5 favorite of something, and this week it's going to be my top 5 favorite TV shows. I don't think it was suggested by anybody, but if it was, I thank you for that, and shout out to you. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of my top 5, feel free to leave it down in the comments section below. And of course, if I pick your suggestion, I will give you credit, and if you're not sure if I've already done an episode that you're suggesting, just click on the link in the description, it'll take you to the entire playlist. You can see if it's already been done. If not, feel free to submit, of course. And while you're there, check out episodes you've missed or whatever ones tickle your fancy. But without further ado, let's move on to our top 5 this week. Coming in at number 5 is Invader Zim. Now, Invader Zim is a, how do I describe, like a cartoon show that debuted on Nickelodeon back in 2001 of March. It's a series about an alien named Zim from the planet Urk, and he was given a mission which was actually a faux mission. It was just a decoy mission to get him out of the way by the higher ups of Urk to conquer and destroy Earth. And within his various attempts to destroy the human race, it basically becomes undermined by a combination of his own stupidity or his malfunctioning robot servant named Gur, which is by far my favorite character, who's pretty much like a robot, but his Earth disguise is a green dog. And of course, other characters such as Dib and his sister, which for whatever reason her name escapes me. I can't even remember what it is. It's been a while since I watched it, but it's still one of my favorite TV shows. It's one of those shows that I always go back and watch, and I bought it on DVD and the entire first season because there's only one season, unfortunately. Uh, But this show is full of dark, twisted humor that not a lot of people get, and which is I really, really love. And this show, I want to say it didn't do very well when it first came out, but after it was canceled and all that stuff, and DVDs came out, and internet, social media, and stuff like that got around, this show developed a huge cult following, and of course I'm on that bandwagon of cult following. I love this show, and I wish to God that it was not canceled, but unfortunately it was. Let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is CSI. Now I'm talking the original CSI, the one that takes place in Las Vegas. So not New York, and not the recently canceled Miami. And yes, I was not surprised when Miami was canceled. But anyways, I love this show. I remember when it first started coming on, like within, I think it was like the first 3 seasons or whatever. I was young. I was very young, and I wanted to watch it. I love the show, but I could never watch it because it came on at my bedtime. So unfortunately, I had to go to bed when it came on. So I never really got to see it that often. But every now and then, my sister, my eldest sister or oldest sister, would let me sneak into her room at bedtime and watch it with her and her boyfriend, which was freaking awesome. So of course, I went back and watched all those episodes that I've missed. And I want to say this show is really interesting to me. Like, I love crime, I love mystery and solving it and all that stuff, and that's exactly what CSI does for me. And of course, being able to get behind these characters, and I love the actors. I find that these actors are phenomenal actors, unlike the people in CSI Miami, not to name names. Ratio, I don't know what his actual name is because I don't give a flying fuck about him, but a lot of the people in Miami were horrible fucking actors, and even some in New York. Not New York is not bad, but I'm just sick of the the actors in Miami. But I find that the actors in CSI are absolutely wonderful, and I love how they have, they keep changing up the cast and bringing in new people. And every time they do that, minus Lawrence Fishburne, I thought he was a horrible addition to the series. But right now they have Ted Danson as the lead guy, and I think he's doing a wonderful, wonderful job. But I do love this because, like I said, I love mystery, I love crime, and all that, and solving it and all that stuff. And of course, at one point in my life, I did want to do what they're doing, and solving and investigating crimes and stuff like that. But anyways, let's move on to number 3, which is Family Guy. Family fucking Guy. Now, originally, like, if this was a couple years ago, I would probably have said The Simpsons, but unfortunately, I grew to love stupid comedy more than comedy that makes sense. Like, I enjoy comedies that don't make any sense whatsoever, that just make you go, what the fuck? I find those to be a lot more funny than the, comedies that actually have a story, a proper story that can make sense and can relate to life. Because when I watch a comedy, I like to sit back and just enjoy it and not have to think about it. But when you come across a comedy that where you sit there and has like a life story or a moral story or something that's telling you, but it's also telling you it with some comedic lines to it, it doesn't really resonate with me. I can't really get into it, and I find it very boring. And I guess that's probably why I like actors such as Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler. Like, I don't like them to the point where I think they're the best, but I mean, like, I don't think they suck. But anyways, I'm going into movies and I'm talking about TV shows. I like Family Guy because I love how random, stupid, and pointless the show is, and that's what I enjoy in a comedy, how random, stupid, and pointless it is, and those characters are just absolutely hilarious, and I love the jump cuts to other scenes when they're talking about something like Stewie talks about, he's like, remember that one time Brian got hit by a car, and then it cuts to Brian getting hit by a car. I know that's a poor example, but you get my point. And that's what I really love about Family Guy. And of course, I always find that their humor is absolutely hilarious. But let's move on to number 2, which is Dexter. Dexter is one of those shows that I love to sit back, relax, and actually think and try and predict what Dexter is going to do next, or what another character is going to do next. And I always find myself not like, I do predict it sometimes, but a lot of times I don't predict it. And I do my best not to read the comics or any books that are related. Of course, that does apply to my number 1 selection. But Dexter, I just love, like I said before, I love crime, I love mystery and solving it, and that's what this is. And of course, a lot of the characters are just absolutely interesting, and even the ones that you hate them so much that you love them. Moving on to number 1, which is The Walking Dead. Now, The Walking Dead, I absolutely love zombie stuff, and that's probably what drew me in to this series in the first place. Zombie apocalypse, what would people do, blah, blah, blah. But over time, it came to the point where you get so attached to each characters. Even, like I said before, with Dexter, there are characters in it that you hate so much, such as Merle, but we're still upset to see him go. And that's the same thing with The Walking Dead, and I absolutely love it. I love the storyline, I love the characters. At some points you find things really fucking annoying. You find it more like a soap opera than you do a zombie apocalypse TV series, but I think it was like season 2 was like that. It felt more like a soap opera, but that's alright. But like, other than the characters, I want to say it's the constant suspense and I guess fighting that really draws me into this series. You're always trying to think of what they're going to do next or what they could do next, and you never know what's actually going to happen. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments, your suggestions. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I would appreciate if you hit that like button. And as always, stay dirty.